Angels on Earth. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Lauren.
And today we're going to be having a storytime video on our opening day experience at Pandora, the Worlds of Avatar. This took place on May 27th, 2017.
We're kind of going to walk you through both of our days, kind of parallel side by side from start to finish, how the whole experience was for both of us, what we tried, what we saw, what we liked, what we didn't, how the crowds were, and kind of just tell you everything about it.
I think it's important to mention though that we were both with our families and we were not traveling together, so our days do look completely different, so that's why we're going to do a little compare and contrast, but we both were there on opening day.
Yeah, our trips just happened to fall on that day, and when your trip falls on an opening day, you go.
You gotta meet up too.
You gotta meet up. Truly. This is back in the day too. Nicole
This
had
was,
bangs back then.
Yeah, you'll see in the pictures, guys.
Oh, I'm allowed to show?
No.
You sure?
No.
Anyways. Okay, so to begin, my family got there around 6 a.m. I think we just took the regular transportation from our hotel, from our Disney property hotel, to the parks, and we knew we wanted to get there early and be there for rope drop. We had a fast pass for Flight of Passage, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. We had a fast pass for Flight of Passage, but not till later in the day, so we still wanted to try and get in there and rope drop Flight of Passage because we knew that was the main ticket attraction of the new land. So yeah, we got there around 6, and I think the gates to the park, the turnstiles, started going at like 6:20. They probably marked the park opening at like 8, but when there's huge crowds on an opening day, they usually let people in way earlier, so that would explain it. And once we got in, I mean, even waiting before we got through the turnstiles, there were just so many people because everyone was so excited. Like, this had been super anticipated.
Yeah,
and I think
super
it was
hyped up. Yeah.
I think it was even delayed a year. I think it was supposed to be 2016.
Was it?
Yeah. So really, a lot of hype. And it was very exciting, but it was crazy heavy crowds. So once we got into the park, everyone started heading towards Avatar, which is kind of to the left of Discovery Island. And there's that bigger path between Discovery Island and Pandora, where you walk by Tiffin's and a few other restaurants. I think it's the pizza quick service too. But Pizzafari. But they actually kind of tried to get us all in a line to like enter the land. So it was like the ropes back and forth. They had water stations out though. They were ready for the heat that day, so that was not a problem, and it was hot. But yeah, once you got in, because eventually we waited, and I think around 7:30 we finally were able to actually go into Pandora. So they just kind of opened the park gates to let people in to go wait to get into the other land at that time. So once we got into Pandora, people would branch off either to the Navi River Journey, right? Is that what it's called? And then Flight of Passage. We went to Flight of Passage, and I think we probably waited like an hour for that.
That's not bad on opening day, though.
No, it's really not, because I think people were like, oh, what's this boat ride? You know, like there was, not everyone knew about it or had...
People didn't know Flight of Passage was like the main attraction.
Yeah, so there was kind of a divide, which was fine.
So my story is very different. So our trip we always go at the end of May. So we planned our trip way before they even announced the day that Pandora was opening. And we'd already picked our park days, and it literally was such a coincidence that we were going to Animal Kingdom on opening day. Like, we had no idea. My mom booked the whole thing.
And I had asked you, I was like, oh, are you going like early for rope drop? And you were like, no, I don't want to go.
I don't know why, we just didn't go. We usually eat breakfast in the morning, so we ate breakfast. We didn't show up till like 9:30. We had a Flight of Passage fast pass, so like we were like, well, that's when we'll get into the land. So we were gonna do everything else in the morning and then go later into the land.
Because once they let the initial group of people into Pandora, that queue that I was telling you about outside of Pandora and Discovery Island by all the restaurants, that was like the queue to get in the land. You had to wait to even enter Pandora. Like, you couldn't just walk through it and walk around. Like, there was none of that day.
There was a 6-hour wait by 10 o'clock in the morning just to get into the land, and that wasn't even waiting for like the 4 hours for Flight of Passage or 3 hours for the Navi River Journey. Like, you had to wait 6 hours just to get into the land, and so the only way you could get into the land was if you had a fast pass. So we were lucky we had a fast pass, and we planned on just going into the land then. Yeah, so we did everything else in the morning, and then I think we had a fast pass for like 4 or 5 o'clock, and then you got to go in like 30 minutes early, so that's when we went in. So here's where the crazy story happens. So obviously new land, we're taking a bunch of family pictures with my sister, and this VIP tour guide came up to us and said, hey, do you guys want a family picture? And we're like, of course, like awesome lands, whatever. So
Super
we
pretty.
go to take a picture, and as we're taking the picture, he's like, oh, do you have any fast passes? And we're like, yeah, we have fast passes for Flight of Passage at like 4 or 5 or something. And he's like, well, are you gonna go on the Navi River journey? And we're like, honestly, probably not. It's a 3-hour wait. Like, we'd love to, but don't have fast pass for it, and probably weren't gonna wait in a 3-hour line. And he's like, well, how about I take you on both of the attractions, and yeah, so you could experience both on opening day. And we're like, are you serious? Like, no way, like how? And so he's like, just follow me. So we follow him to Flight of Passage, and he like talks to the fast pass people, and he's like, they're with me or whatever. So we cut literally these people waiting hours in the fast pass line, and we cut the fast pass people even, and then we go, and then he takes us into like this like really secret door, and he's like, okay, come on, and it's a wall, like all white walls, and we're just walking backstage so he could take us to the front of Flight of Passage. So we ride Flight of Passage, and he's like, all right, time to go on Navi River journey. We're like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. And the same thing happened again. We passed up all the fast pass people, took us through a secret door into the front, and we rode both rides in maybe 30 minutes. When to enter the park, it was 6 hours, and each attraction had a 3 to 4 hour wait. So it was
Shaved off 12 hours.
literally shaved off 12 hours. And then we still had our fast pass, so we got to go on Flight of Passage twice on opening day, which was crazy. So Chris, thank you. You're a real one.
But yeah, it was just such a great experience, and it's so fun going on opening day because everyone's all hyped together, and it's everyone's like first time riding the ride. I remember getting off a Flight of Passage, and my jaw was just dropped.
Yeah.
To this day, that's gotta be one of my top favorite rides at Walt Disney World. It blows my mind. I was just in awe. It's the coolest thing. It's soaring on steroids. That's how I tell people who haven't been on it before.
It's so innovative, and honestly, to have that experience of the VIP tour guide taking us behind the scenes to go on both rides on opening day was just so amazing and so fun that that wouldn't happen in another lifetime.
Yeah, but it was really crowded, obviously. Like, it was hard to even walk around the land and get a good picture because there were just hundreds of people, and it was really hard. I think my family, though, we managed to eat at the quick service Satuli Canteen, which is actually really underrated. They have good, it's like healthier.
Cheeseburger pods.
Yeah, the cheeseburger little like pods. Yeah. I don't know, I had like a bowl. You can make your own bowl with rice and different meats and sauces. It's really good if you're looking for something other than cheeseburger, chicken nuggets, hot dog. So I would definitely recommend that place. So there was also, of course, opening day merchandise, because what would an opening day be without that? This is actually where I got this shirt. This is the pass holder, right, shirt? On the sleeve it says pass holder. It's really cute. I like it. It's comfy. You have one too.
I do have one.
She didn't want to match with me today. Not my problem.
Too matchy.
But then also I got this opening day pin because whenever I go to opening days, I always like to collect the pins. This was $15.99, and then it actually opens up and you can kind of see the pretty Pandora scenery.
It's a limited edition pin as well.
Yes, and very worth it. I think I actually got 2. Why? I don't know, but I did.
To sell on eBay.
To sell on eBay in 40 years, duh. And then this is also the park map for opening day, because they always release the new park maps, and this one's pretty cool. I like it.
Huge park map fan.
Not really, why not, right? Yeah, so we hope you guys enjoyed this story time part 2 of us explaining to you our opening day experiences for Pandora, the world of Avatar at Disney's Animal Kingdom. It was overall a great day, and we really enjoyed it. So,
and a crazy one for me.
A crazy one.
Oh, once in a lifetime story.
Yeah, I'm so jealous. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we can't wait to see you next Monday. Have a magical day.
Bye.
Bye.